Hey there, winos. This is Vince.Wine. I am back at it again with a new Chuck Wagner wine. I wasn't kidding. I really want to get into Wagner's different labels and all of his wine series. I have got Mer Soleil on today's Wine Lab. Hey, thanks for joining me. And before we get started today, if you want to be a winoceros, hit subscribe on this channel to become a wino today. I put out new videos every single Saturday, so be sure to hit that bell icon to stay notified for more great wine content. Okay, this wine has a super cool story, and if you are a regular wino, then you know I really love gimmicky wines or wines that just have really cool backstories here. So Mer Soleil, or Mer Soleil, is actually French for sea sun, which is pretty appropriate since this region is Monterey, which is characterized by that cool coastal climate, and what is wine if not liquid sunshine in a bottle? Okay, now while I'm on Chuck Wagner, I'll leave a link right here that you can click to go check out my first ever Chuck Wagner wine, 1858. But this wine in particular is actually made by Wagner's son, Charlie Wagner. The vineyard out there in Monterey is beautiful. It's actually the Santa Lucia Highlands region, which has now become extremely popular, particularly for Pinot Noirs and or Chardonnays. Again, that cool coastal influence just really makes those varietals happy. Now, if you go check out the website, there's this cool little story about how Charlie Wagner used to really hate going to this vineyard. His first experiences there were to be sent there as a punishment for misbehaving. But as he grew up in the vineyard, he came to really respect its beauty and just the fact that they're producing a product that comes straight from the earth. Now, Charlie Wagner runs the whole Mer Soleil show. Okay, let's get a closer look at our bottle here. So this is actually a really gorgeous label. I quite like this. This is the Reserve Mer Soleil, Monterey County. This is Santa Lucia Highlands Chardonnay. So it's a Reserve Chardonnay, and you can see that sort of sunshine symbol at the top there, and it has sort of a grainy, almost sandy texture there. Again, just sort of almost playing off that sea sunshine there. Highland vineyards cooled by winds of the Pacific, harvested from October. I love it when they give this extra information. Harvested between October 2nd through 26th. That seems kind of late to me. Barrel fermented and cellared, a 2020 vintage here. 14.5 on that alcohol. Not too bad there. On the back, holy moly in there. You know, I actually Googled what it meant. I could have just read the back of the bottle. Mer Soleil meaning sea and sun. Takes its name, and we talked about that story. So cool. There he is, Charlie Wagner, winemaker of that vineyard. I actually really like this capsule too. It has that little, again, star shine at the top, and this is just kind of a cool, bright sky blue up there as well. The sun in the sky there, and a nice gold capsule just topping off that really cool looking bottle. And there it is. Okay, let's get a look at this in the glass here. So this is 100% Chardonnay, and yeah, that's coming in really nicely. I don't do I just made a mess everywhere. I feel like we haven't done a white wine in a while, so I'm really looking forward to wrapping my lips around this. Okay, in the glass, this is a really nice sort of star bright color here, sort of a lemon, pale straw. You do see those nice tinges of that really pale gold there. Really pretty, super clear in the glass as well. As I turn my glass here, I am getting maybe a kiss of viscosity there. Now, I would imagine that this wine probably has a little bit of residual sugar in it as well. Let's go ahead and take the nose. Oh, okay, I'm gonna give this about a medium plus intensity on the nose here. It is not exactly booming out of this glass, but certainly, oh yeah, you can start to see some of that viscosity now, but certainly it is not quiet either. Oh, and right away, I get so many of those classic Chardonnay notes on here, but first and foremost is actually gonna be lemon, and that's pretty cool because Charlie really speaks about having that sort of lemon blossom show up in the wine. There's so many lemon orchards around. Is it lemon come in an orchard? I don't know. Lemon plantation, lemon plants, lemon garden, whatever it is. There's lemons around the vineyard. and they're in the wine. And then, you know, I love that the next thing I'm not getting any huge oak presence here, which is really fantastic. It's not gonna be like this big vanilla bomb, at least so far on the nose, but yeah, I'm getting a lot of that lemon citrus. Yeah, a kiss of white floral in there, a little lemon rind, almost limey as well, but not all the way to lime, just that sort of citrus. Because this is a Chardonnay, my mind wants to go to like custard almost. I would say there's maybe like a lemon custard, but again, there's not like a creamy or vanilla or oak or butter thing really coming off of this. And there's actually a very nice presence of sort of stony minerality here. There is some earth minerality coming off of this wine. Very, very nice. This is not overly complex. I'm really reaching for anything past lemon or past that minerality, but let's go ahead and take the palate. First impression, it is, I'm going to use the same word I did for Charlie's daddy's wine. This is pleasant when it hits the palate. Let's talk structure first. There's no structure. No, I'm kidding. I'm missing a little bit of mid-palate. It enters the palate with a very oily texture, so it's not too weighty. It's about medium weight on there, maybe medium minus on the weight. It's lighter than I anticipated, but it does enter with a nice, rich, oily palate, and certainly on the finish, it is quite acidic. I do get that rush of acidity on the finish there, making this probably a very good food wine. The issue is that it loses presence when it's on the palate. I can't taste the wine until I've already finished it. So on flavor, yeah, certainly I confirmed that lemon, but now I'm getting some of that more cream in there, that sort of custard. It does have a bit of that lemon custard that shows up on the finish that speaks to a little bit of new oak on there. And yeah, there may be a little bit of residual sugar in here, but it does not insult this wine in any way, shape, or form. It's not like a mouthful of sugar. It's not sweet by any means, maybe just enough to give it a little lift and a little pleasantness on that finish. I am getting little hints of pineapple in there as well on the finish, and that sort of lemon flavor on the finish turns more into a lemon zest, and that minerality finishes with almost just the slightest kiss of saltiness on the finish. It's fine. This wine is fine. I don't have super high praise for it. This does not by any means stand out. It doesn't lean too far in any one direction. It is extremely well made. It is very, very finely made. It just doesn't do anything. It doesn't stand out. It's not too oaked. It's not stainless steel. It's fresh and bright. Not to say that it's forgettable, just maybe not as memorable as I would have hoped. I paid 20 bucks for this. For 20 bucks, I could probably do a lot better, but certainly I would be fine if I saw this on a menu and it was one of the few Chardonnay choices I had and my cuisine really called for a Chardonnay. Nothing to turn my nose up at, probably not one I will go back to. Okay, so Mer Soleil was certainly a major step up from 1858 red blend. Now, I believe the red blend was the lowest tier level, so I definitely want to check out the higher end 1858 wines and see if those have a little more to offer. But as for today, Charlie beats Chuck when it comes to winemaking. That's certainly not fair. I've got a lot more Chuck Wagner to be checking out, but that is Mer Soleil Chardonnay. Let me know in the comments what you winos think of this wine, and if you want to see any more Charlie Wagner. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, please leave me a like. That helps so much. Don't forget to share this video with your wine friends. And until next time, winos, drink safe and drink well. Cheers.